Right now on News 12 Nightside, a man facing weapons charges after he apparently threatened to throw a grenade in Times Square. We'll have the latest for you from Brooklyn Federal Court.
And doctors and healthcare professionals coming together to discuss the measles outbreak and look for ways to stop the disease from spreading. We'll have more from the town hall in Sunset Park.
Plus, fans of Korean pop sensation BTS have something special to explore right here in the borough. We'll give you an exclusive look at the exhibit in Gowanus.
And some students showing off their skills with a STEAM Innovators Fair. We'll take you there in just a bit.
Well, we're heading into the weekend looking very, very nice, so try and make some plans to spend some time outdoors because Monday and Tuesday is not going to be all that nice. You're watching Nightside.
Thanks for joining us here on News 12 Nightside on this Friday evening. I'm Christy Reeder.
And I'm Michelle Devone. A man who threatened to throw a grenade in Times Square now arrested and facing weapons charges.
News 12 Nightside's Paul Vassan is outside Brooklyn Federal Court with the details.
And that suspect is 22-year-old Ashikul Alam, standing inside a packed courtroom this afternoon. A federal judge called him a danger to society and said he should be permanently detained. Alam is a student at John Jay College of Criminal Justice, working 2 jobs, according to his lawyer. He's accused of plotting to shoot up Times Square. Prosecutors say he tried buying 2 semi-automatic weapons, hiding serial numbers so they couldn't be traced. They also say he had LASIK eye surgery so that he would be able to shoot more effectively. Court documents also say he suggested a suicide bombing to kill a senior government official. Inside court, we spoke with a few people who identified themselves as close family friends of the suspect, saying they were simply surprised. Later, they denied any relation. And the judge called for an order of detention, saying Alam poses a danger to the community and is a flight risk. A preliminary hearing for Alam is set for June 21st, and he faces weapons-related charges. In downtown Brooklyn, Paula Vassan, News 12 Nightside.
Thank you, Paula. And police are investigating after 3 men were shot in BedStuy.
It happened just before 6 in front of 166 Hull Street. We're told 1 man was shot in the left arm, another shot in the left leg, and the 3rd victim was shot in the stomach. All victims were taken to the hospital in stable condition. All 3 are expected to survive.
If you have any information that can help investigators, call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-577-TIPS. For Spanish, dial 1-888-57-PISTA. And a reminder, all calls are kept confidential.
And keep those numbers in mind because police need your help finding a woman who went missing here in Brooklyn.
This is 59-year-old Cynthia Garcia from the Bronx. We're told she was discharged from a Bronx hospital back on June 1st. Now, according to her family, she suffers from bipolar disorder and anxiety. She has been off her medication since she went missing. Her sister tells us she believes Garcia got on a bus and ended up in Brooklyn. Apparently yesterday, Garcia called saying she was at Methodist Hospital but was gone by the time her sister got the message. If you know where she might be, contact police.
A month after a 3-year-old boy was killed by a van in Bath Beach, a traffic light will be added to that intersection.
Assemblyman William Colton announced that the Department of Transportation approved the traffic signal for the corner of Benson Avenue and Bay 25th Street.
Back on May 2nd, 3-year-old Amir Shavakortar was riding his scooter when he was killed by a van at that location after being hit. Work on the traffic light is set to be completed by November 30th.
This weekend, News 12's Power in Politics goes one-on-one with Senate Majority Leader Andrea Stewart-Cousins. No question is off limit as we look back at her historic rise to power.
News 12's Tara Rosenblum is here with a preview tonight.
We have won.
This is the side of Andrea Stewart-Cousins you know.
My history has been catalytic.
And have seen. And heard before.
We owe the people we represent.
But this week, the Bronx native who shattered New York's glass ceiling gets personal.
He'd be proud of me.
In a wide-ranging interview.
And have you ever experimented with marijuana personally?
Where no question was off limits.
How is your relationship? And be truthful here. With Governor Andrew Cuomo.
New York State Senate Majority Leader, a guest on a special edition of Power in Politics.
What barriers still exist for women in the state of New York?
First of all, I got to say that we've come an incredibly long way.
And as the first black woman, in fact, the first woman of any race to lead a conference in the state, she should know, having turned upside down the so-called 3 men in a room culture that dominated New York politics for more than 2 centuries.
I do solemnly swear.
Now she has one of the toughest leadership roles in the state, presiding over the most diverse group of state senators in history.
How do you handle the challenge of leading so many different personalities and so many new faces who want change, and they want change immediately?
That's right.
How do you do that?
Well, you do it because you respect what they did to get there, and you respect the reasons why they came.
From the rapidly changing face of politics to congestion pricing and your tax bills, we covered it all, and the conversation also turned extremely personal.
Do you have any regrets in your career?
That question and so much more this weekend. In the Bronx, I'm Tara Rosenblum, News 12.
And you can catch Power in Politics with Senate Majority Leader Andrea Stewart-Cousins Sunday morning at 9 right here on News 12.
And how's the weather going to be this weekend, Daryl?
Well, if you enjoyed the last 2 days, you're going to enjoy the weekend. We've got dry weather. Enjoy it, because we've got some changes on the way for early next week when you will need the umbrellas. For the night and the overnight hours, fair to partly cloudy conditions will be with us. Temperatures falling back somewhere around the middle 60s. Winds somewhat light and variable. So if you have any plans on being out for this evening and late night, not going to have any issues out there whatsoever. Taking a look and seeing what's happening, well, we've got clouds overhead in and around the borough, and we're looking at some fairly comfortable conditions. Again, no rain. We're going to be dry. Humidity is not bad out there whatsoever, but we are looking at a bit more in the way of cloud cover outdoors there. Not going to bring us any rain. Why? Because all that rain is further off towards the south, but we're looking at a nice, mainly clear sky across the northeast, back towards the Great Lakes region and the upper Midwest. That's the influence of high pressure. The high is going to be sticking around for a while, so it looks like we're going to be in good shape until early next week. We're looking at a fair to partly cloudy sky, a comfortable night, 64 degrees for an overnight low. An easterly wind will be with us 5 to 10 miles per hour. You can see a northeast to southeast winds 5 to 10 for Saturday. Daytime highs in the upper 70s and lower 80s. We'll probably begin to feel a little more in the way of humidity building, but we'll really begin to feel that humidity building as we get into Sunday and, of course, Monday of next week, when the rain will begin to fall. We'll check your hyperlocal 7-day forecast later in this half hour. You're watching News 12 Nightside.
Thanks, Daryl. Now, Korean pop sensation BTS has taken the world by storm, and now they're bringing something special to our borough for a limited time only.
A unique exhibition in Gowanus. News 12 Nightside's Emily Lorsch got an exclusive look and tells us more.
BTS fans walking through this exhibition at Motif Studios in Gowanus in tears.
It's very emotional for me. It's very nice. It reminds me of the time I've spent with these boys.
That BTS ARMY fan from Germany and so many others from all over, excited to see their favorite Korean pop group in ways they never have before.
It's beautiful to see behind the scenes, like raw, real footage.
That's with a look at photos they've taken of one another backstage and other behind the scenes footage that can't be found anywhere else.
We wanted to just bring something really personal, close and special.
It has fans mesmerized, feeling closer to the boys and more in love than ever.
There's a lot of moments documented here that really touch the heart.
Every single fan that we've spoken with has, you know, that teary-eyed glaze of just complete gratitude, love, and inspiration, and that's such an important thing right now.
This exhibition is open for a limited time only. BTS fans have until July 7th to come check the space out. In Gowanus, Emily Lorsch, News 12 Nightside.
All right, thank you. And we're getting now to our word on the street. If you haven't heard, it's National Donut Day.
It is, and this holiday was actually created by the Salvation Army back in 1938. It was to honor women who volunteered with the organization during World War I. Most of the women served donuts to soldiers on the front lines and cooked the treats in hot oil in soldiers' metal helmets.
So, in honor of this sweet holiday, we want to know what's your favorite donut. We hit the streets of Brooklyn to find out.
Strawberry with sprinkles, because I only like strawberries.
My favorite kind of donut is the glaze. You know, it's sweet, but I haven't ate donuts in a long time.
French cooler because it's sweet, good, delicious, tender, just like me.
My favorite donut is strawberry. I like it because it's my favorite.
Favorite kind of donut would probably be a glazed donut, just because it's simple It's classic, and it's the best one to me.
I like chocolate because it's my favorite flavor.
Classic glaze. Not too fancy, gets the job done.
I think I like the apple-filled one. It's Empire State, of course. I'm going to do the apple.
I have a special spot for jelly donuts.
Jelly donuts?
Yeah.
I just, I'm not a sweets fan, so I usually just stick to something kind of plain.
So lucky.
I know,
Oh
I
my
guess.
God.
But I love French fries, so that's another thing.
I love that too. You could love both. And you hear the music, it's time to introduce you to some furry friends from Sean Casey Animal Rescue, looking for their loving homes.
Up first, for all you cat lovers, meet Catherine. She's a 1-year-old domestic short hair. We're told Catherine arrived at Sean Casey nursing a litter of kittens. All of those kittens have been adopted, and now this sweet mama is looking for a home to call her own.
And if you're more of a dog person, we'll say hello to Marina. She is a 3-year-old pit bull mix. We're told Marina was rescued after being tied to a pole on a very hot day. But despite her past, she's a total sweetheart and loves everyone she meets.
So for more information on these furry friends and other animals up for adoption at Sean Casey Animal Rescue, head to our website, news12.com.
Pack your bags and let's go for a drive. News 12 is ready for a road trip. Scenic views, museums, beaches, amusement parks, campsites. If you think it's worth a drive, we want to know about it. Go to news12.com and tell us your favorite summer road trip destination. Maybe we'll take the drive to check out one of your top 12 locales. So nominate your favorite local hotspot today, and we just might see you on the road this summer. News 12's road trip is sponsored by Optimum by Altice. Bay Ridge. You're watching News 12 Brooklyn, as local news gets.